Alexander the Great, but in this case, shite, has been sacked.
Alexander, not so great, sacked 24 hours, less than 24 hours after one of the worst results, in my opinion, in Scottish football history. I mean, I struggle to think of a worse result. 3-0 defeat to shitey Sligo fucking Rovers on aggregate. And I think he should have been sacked on the spot. I think he's lucky not to be killed, actually. I mean, he could have been beheaded for that sort of result, but he's lucky that he's lucky that Motherwell, were the bigger team here, and well, they're not a big team, but you get my point. They were on this occasion. They were, the bigger person, and they decided to just sack him. But yeah, no, I mean he could be doing jail time for this. What a fucking horrendous result, and what a horrendous last 6, 7, 8 months Alexander's had. He came into Motherwell, got them off to a good start last season, but form doesn't lie. And from Boxing Day, I don't think they won a game until the last game of the normal league phase season, which is horrendous on its own. I mean, how he wasn't sacked. I mean, so they beat Livingston on the 26th of December, and then they didn't pick up another win till the 2nd of April.
That's a mad gap. He must believe in God or something, because that's a miracle. How do they finish 5th? I don't know.
How many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 games without a win. And it was 5 draws and 6 defeats.
And then it was like a 98th minute equaliser against Livy. They got them into the top 6.
Yeah, very, very lucky. And then when they were in the split, I mean, they managed to beat Ross County, and then they beat a Hearts that had nothing to fucking play for. So it was hardly competitive game against Hearts when you think about it. What was a competitive game, though, was the Europa Conference League second round qualifier, and it was competitive in nature, but in the name of it, it was competitive, but the actual on-field performance was not competitive whatsoever. Motherwell never even looked like scoring over both legs. I mean, they were fucking toothless. They were like a 90-year-old without his dentures, and they were fucking shite.
A 90-year-old that's been dead 90 years, it was...
Alright, a 180-year-old that lived to 90, then died, and then 90 years later, their bones got dug up, and they fucking stuck 11 of them on the field for Motherwell. That's what happened. And I mean, the result. I mean, I've seen a lot of Sligo Rovers fans come out and say that the Irish League's just as good as the Scottish League, and that people were predicting this, and that it's not an upset. Blah blah blah. Well, it just goes to show you how bad of a result this is, because he's been sacked on the spot, and look how we are fucking 1 day away from the start of the season, and Motherwell have sacked their manager. So does that not show you just how shambolic the Motherwell board think that result was? Because you would not sack your manager. You would need a fucking very good reason to sack him 1 day before the start of the season. What club does that? No club would do that. But when you pick up a result that is so fucking horrendous against some shower of shite potato munching bastards called Sligo Rovers, then it has to go. It's as simple as that. Should have went last night. For some reason, they needed 24 hours to think on it. Think about it. I thought about it.
As soon as Max Mata made it 2-0, he should have been fucking made the walk home from Sligo.
Yeah, I mean, fucking forget the taxi, forget the P&O ferry. Just leave him in Sligo. Why did we fucking leave him in Sligo? I don't even think he's welcome back to Scotland. I would strip him of his nationality and passport.
Yep, definitely disgrace. It's up there with Connacht Nomads, man. I'm telling you, it is. I think it is.
What I would say about that result, though, I mean, at least Kilmarnock were the better team in that game, and they just couldn't. And then that Nomads got one goal.
Well, that's why I think.
You know what I mean? It's like
Motherwell was shite for 180 minutes.
I'm thinking, but I'm looking back. I say this result wasn't as bad as the Connacht. I actually changed my mind, because Kilmarnock were the better team in that tie. They just, for some reason, they were a bit shit. Steve Clark had just left. They couldn't score. And then that team got a goal in the air. I think it was a penalty as well. So
there was not any opportunity where Motherwell looked like score. Even when they had a free chance at goal 5 yards out, and I thought that's not going in.
No.
And he hit it out like they were playing fucking Gaelic.
I think Motherwell would have had a better chance of beating them playing Gaelic last night. But anyway, that's it. Graham Alexander, done. Scottish legend, Motherwell legend. Well, not anymore. He's done. He's finished. It's time to go. And he has went. And again, shite preparation for Motherwell. If you're doing your season predictions, does this change where you think Motherwell will finish?
Well, I put them 11th, so they're not getting any higher, put it that way.
Yeah, but could you argue it could maybe they might bring in someone better, and then it could get worse? Regardless, it's not good. I mean, a day before the start of the season to be sacking your
I think it's
manager.
going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, maybe they'll have a bad start that they can't really recover from.
Yeah.
But, I mean, no, you sacking your manager a day before the start of the season, not ideal. Anyway, that's it. Graham Alexander has left the club. Will be interested.
He's gone.
Potential candidates, who could get the job? Give me names, go.
Give me names. Neil Lennon.
That's the only name you fucking... I fucking knew he was going to be the name you came out with.
Sean Maloney.
Some cunt that hasn't managed Hibs. Every cunt's managed Hibs.
Steve Clark.
You are fucking
No, I'm
clutching
joking.
at straws.
I'm joking. I don't fucking know, man. Maybe he's an existing Premiership fucking manager would take the Motherwell job. Like, would Martindale leave Livingston to go manage Motherwell?
Barry Ferguson.
Well, he could.
Could I mean, could Motherwell perhaps praise away?
Who was the Dundee manager last season? James McPake?
I'd give him a go, actually.
He got it.
I think James
He got
McPake.
fucked for
Yeah.
no reason.
I mean, they fucking got rid of him and brought in a guy that you just knew was going to...
Couldn't appear the matches for like the season.
You just knew he was going to condemn Dundee to the championship. Anyway, that's it. Graham Alexander condemns Motherwell to the worst result in arguably their history. Catch you in the next one, guys. Alexander out. Fog football out. Till then, peace.